Hi, I'm Cherie Shaw, one of the writers at the Grit and Grace Project, and today I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk with you about an article I wrote a little while ago. It was focused on anxiety, faith, and hope. So at that time in my life, I had come to a place where there were so many things going on in my life. I was taking on a lot. I had a business. I had kids who were in college and getting married, and life was full and had a lot of things that I needed to tend to. And over time, all of it just seemed to mount up for me, and I wasn't handling things well. And I knew that because I wasn't experiencing joy in a lot of those things that I should have been. I was overtired. I wasn't sleeping well. My relationships with friends and family weren't all that they could be. I was having panic attacks in the middle of the night. And all of that was just signs that something wasn't right. Especially the panic attacks. That was something that really made me say, something's off here. But what happened for a while is I kept thinking, maybe I just need to be praying more or reading the Bible more or something more, that somehow this anxiety was a sign that I was failing in my spiritual walk. And what I discovered after a few things was that when we begin to think that way, when we begin to think that we're lacking in our spiritual practice and now we're experiencing anxiety, it kind of just puts fuel on the fire. It makes heaps more upon what you're already having a hard time working through. So what I did is, since beating myself up wasn't working, I went ahead and I met with a therapist who gave me a lot of great wisdom and insight. We took a lot of time to dig down deep into how I'm wired and why I do what I do. I had a chance to meet with a naturopath who did some testing with me to see if there were supplements and things I needed to take to have everything internally be better balanced. And then I had to make some big life choices. I had to change some things. I had to lighten my load. I had to make room for some fun and refreshing time, which I really didn't have in my schedule at all. And one of the great things that I came across was a book written by two women called Save Yourself from Burnout. And this book gave me 5 key areas to look at. It talked about our need for self-care, for reflection, which that would be the part of our spirituality, which is definitely an important part in getting better with anxiety. And then also our capacity, our community, and our coping skills. All 5 of those things need attention. So I was able to kind of work through those, find out the areas where I really needed to focus some time. I was able to focus also on areas and find out where I was doing really well, because I wasn't missing the mark on all of them, but there were some of them that really needed my attention. So I had a better roadmap and I could be more deliberate with my efforts and give myself some grace as I worked through these things. But mostly today, I wanted to just take some time to visit with you and tell you that if you're anything like me and you're struggling with anxiety, and you've somehow, maybe not even realize it, but in the back of your mind, you are thinking, what am I doing wrong? You might be wondering, is God mad at me? Should I read the Bible more? What is it that I'm missing? Just try to give yourself some grace. Apply a little bit of grace there. And then just take a big breath and know that there's hope and that you can reach out to different resources. There's therapists out there, there's doctors, you have family and friends, there's great books to read. And know you're not alone and that there is hope to get to the other side of this struggle with anxiety. It's manageable. So I wish you the best on your journey, and thank you for giving me the chance to share with you today.
We just heard from Cherie Shaw giving us insight into her battle with anxiety, even as a woman of faith. I love how she gave us some practical tips that have helped her in her journey. But if you've experienced anxiety and have found things that have helped you, we would love to know about them. Drop them in the comments so that we can all apply them to our very own Grit and Grace lives.